Let's go.
Ring that shit in.
It's on.
Ring the alarm. I've been through this too long. Would I be damned if I see another chick on your arm?
Ooh, what's going on? What's poppin', man? What's going on?
Hey, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the
Changeofplanz podcast.
He-Man Woman Haters Pod.
No, why you doing
I am
that?
your favorite girl, Tip. I'm just playing, y'all. This is not the He-Man.
I'm G-Planz, Cheryl, whatever y'all want to call me.
Disregard everything Tip just said. I don't know what nigga broke her heart this weekend, but she on one today.
Somebody
y'all go
did
feel
something.
it.
Ain't nobody did nothing to me. I am well taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Please know and understand that.
Well,
we good over here, baby.
I don't know what KJ did, but man,
I ain't did a nothing.
I wouldn't want to be in the hot seat right now.
I ain't did a nothing.
Mm-hmm.
What are y'all talking about? I've been nothing but nice to you people all day.
Mm-hmm. It's all good. What's going on, man?
Oh, you know, we just kicking it, trying to make it through life.
Yes.
Trying to get Beyonce tickets.
Beyonce tickets.
I actually didn't even try.
I mean, shout out to Beyonce. She did just win a Grammy and stuff.
She won lots of Grammy. She got her first album of the year Grammy, all the things. But no, I ain't trying to get no tickets.
Yeah, she did her thing. Drake that came out with a new album. There's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to good music being big. I feel like, has good music left? I don't think it has. I like music.
I don't think it has. It's just, I think the powers may be starting to market it more now and put stuff out, because a lot of bullshit was being filtered through social media, all this music, and the pirates had to make their money off whatever. But now the good music is coming back, in my opinion.
People
But
just getting back to the art.
it's been here though. It's so many different artists. It's been here.
I agree. I think it's a lot of good artists right now. Like, I've been listening to, what's that damn girl name?
Where's she from?
This song called Pookie's Requiem. She
don't
look
know.
like, man, wrong phone.
I don't know. 2 phones. She got 2 phones, y'all.
I got 2.
She the only one here with 2 phones. What that say, Kay?
She trapping.
Hey, you gotta get it how you
Them boy got
get
them
it.
Cartiers on too. Frames.
What is that lady name? Oh, Sailor.
Sailor, I don't think I know who she is.
Love her down. So if you don't know who she is, you need to hurry up and listen to it, because she's fire. But we got a lot of, I say a lot, but I feel like the topics that we're going to talk about today are just at 2 completely different ends of the spectrum. They don't know what we're going to talk about because I didn't tell them.
Yeah, we're going to follow her lead today. Like,
This is the only time they follow a woman.
Only time.
Only thing that's saving.
So don't get used to it.
y'all crazy.
This is what I be telling y'all.
Women can lead though, bro.
Exactly.
I think in certain situations they can. Not all, but certain they can.
What situations, Drew?
Before, I mean, we go bring it up later.
Okay.
About throughout the podcast, but it's certain situations. But for the most part, competent women can do a lot.
Exactly.
A lot, in my opinion.
And you be saying like what, Gerald, as if you don't have a child who is not being raised by a woman.
I just asked Gerald what his opinion
okay,
is.
because okay. Anyway, we might as well go ahead and
We
get
all
into
know
that
y'all
first.
can raise children. I was saying what else?
Lots of other things, KJ. Clearly, we can run a podcast. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Y'all can't fly planes though.
Every plane that is falling out the sky has had a man in the cockpit.
I don't know.
Look
I
it
mean,
up.
it might be. It might be.
It don't matter, but also that has something to do, I don't think, with pilot tickets.
Do y'all want to go? You want to go get straight
we need to
into
go ahead
it?
and get straight into it, because I want all people to know, especially women out here. You got to stay away from this one.
We go, cause
He should not. He should be walking around here with a headache every day.
I do, because of you.
Because he hates y'all.
No.
I don't think. I think KJ love women. I do.
Nah, it's Tip.
What about Tia?
Tip just, how can I say it? Tip.
You don't need to say it, baby, because I wouldn't wait. This was not a chance for you to give a review. Anyway, hang up on you. Not in the mood.
We're going to call our boy back from Baltimore back and let him
Please
we gotta
don't.
find
We
him.
are not going online.
He was cutting up.
Yeah, we're going to let you, I'm going to let them eat you up.
Nah, I ain't worried about that, baby.
Yeah,
I ain't
He
worried
was
about
cutting
that.
up. But
The situation at hand. So we were here talking before we started running it or whatever. There was a video by
Andrew Tate.
I wasn't gonna say his name on purpose.
Why not?
Because why would I say his name?
He the top G.
Hey, ugh, I gotta get off of here, y'all.
He the top G.
Somebody save me. But yeah, by Andrew Tate, and he was talking about the difference between who you would want to fly you through a hurricane. First of all, why would you ever want anybody to fly you through a hurricane? I don't think any pilot is gonna fly you through a hurricane.
I think that you say for instance you were on a plane and the weather was bad and you're passing through a city or an area, region, or whatever, and it just so happened the weather is bad. So it's an example, but if you are flying through weather like that, he would rather
play the video because I need y'all to hear the way that this man sounded when he was asking for a man in the cockpit.
Okay.
If you're about to get on a plane and that plane's going to fly through a hurricane and there's a 50-50 chance of it crashing and dying, do you want a male pilot or a female pilot?
Just a fucking good pilot I want.
That is such a politically correct answer, and it's a lie.
Is that?
We all know you'd want a man to fly that plane. You wouldn't want some woman to walk up the stairs. Hi, guys. Want to go into the hurricane? You'd be like, what? Whoa. Give me an old, white-haired man. Everyone knows it. And I respect your very neutral view on the world. But I'll tell you, on my life experience, because this is how we view the world, right? We're all biased. No, we're all biased based on our experiences, right? I have seen so many women fail to park and crash cars and do dumb shit. I do not want a female pilot flying me through a hurricane.
Now stop
I've
the
seen
video.
enough female driving of all vehicles.
Now, do y'all not see that sounds stupid?
You ain't let that man finish his point, though.
Like, no, he made his point. There was nothing in the rest of that. And also, if y'all want to find the rest of the clip, you got to go look and find it because it's the Change of Plans podcast,
So
not the Andrew Tate podcast.
Hold on, you're right, but you sure you don't want the audience to hear the whole clip of why he said that, or you just want to leave it at that?
Oh, you know what? Go ahead. Empty the clip.
Okay.
Just like
empty the clip.
That shit is a bad idea, and I want a male pilot. I believe women are better at some things, and men are better at some things. I do not believe we're equal and all the same, and we can be interchanged. I believe that certain roles suit females and certain roles suit males. Let me ask you another question then, because you're Mr. Non-Sexist. Let me ask you another question. Would you drop your child off in a daycare where it was run only by men?
Women only.
There you go then. So you do have a gender bias.
Yeah.
So gender bias exists, right? And it's obviously a generalization, but my point is, in certain roles in society, we trust females, like with our kids, and in other roles, like danger, we trust men. This is general, right?
It's also so interesting to me how y'all always can say men, but you have to say females. I think it's on a subconscious level that you're actually allowing it to happen, but you can recognize the male species of humans to be men, but women have to be females.
That's true.
That's a very telling thing.
It is in a sense, but I put it like this, right? If he would have said males, we wouldn't have got no man would have got offended that he addressed it men
Facts.
as a male.
Okay.
No man would got offended about that.
So, offense is usually based on who the target of said action is. So, I might not find a hug from you to be offensive because we cool, we family, we know each other. But somebody who does not know you, a random woman on the street who you don't know at all, if you just come up to her and you grab her, then she might find that to be offensive touching. Because even though you cool, you might just want to get a lady a hug. You out here spreading joy because of who you are or who you are not to her. She might find offense to that. And I say that and bring this home in this situation. Just because men aren't offended, don't mean a woman can't be.
No.
It don't mean a woman cannot be. And it doesn't mean that she's wrong for being offended. It doesn't mean that y'all are wrong for not being offended. It just means we care about different things.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I get it. If you want to be addressed in a certain way, all right.
I like being called Big Mama.
You know, if you want to be addressed as a woman and you asking, that's cool. That's what you want, fine. But it's a fact that you are a female. That's fact. But you want to be called a woman, cool. That's what, and you should be respected and addressed as such. But if a guy, if he would have said, you males, no man
People
would have.
don't do that, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that most women probably just, because it is semantics at the end of the day. However, I think it's just like the thoughtlessness of it, how it never even becomes a thing. You never just hear anybody doing that. But I think there is maybe a subconscious disregard for women. That's why I say subconscious. It's something that you literally don't even think about.
You might be right.
I think that when we talk about bias and stuff too, there's also things that exist on a subconscious level. Because KJ, you did mention before, you can't, like when you first got in here, we were talking about the pilot situation, that you never even thought about it. Like, you never thought about, oh, is this going to be a man in here making me feel safer or protected on this plane? It was just, generally speaking, when you're flying, whether it's commercial, whether it's private, you are hoping or you're trusting that the pilot has his credentials. His or her credentials.
Regardless.
Because they have to be tried, tested, true, they have their hours. So we're not just talking about some any old woman who's frilly lily. Hey guys, we're talking about an actual professional. So that's why I think I really resent what the tone of what he's saying is because a woman in that situation is not just bringing all of her girlhood with her. She doing her job, she at work.
Yeah. I mean, I get exactly what you're saying, but I understand what he said too.
Yeah, I get both sides. It make you wonder though. It made me think because I never thought about it. I ain't never seen no woman pilot.
I never did. Not saying they not there. I just never had,
I don't really be looking for the pilot, if I'm being honest.
Now you gonna see the pilot when they get off the plane with the I see the steward. I don't look for them, but every time I've flown, I've never seen a woman pilot. But and that made me wonder, like, are they failing the test or are they just not going?
They might not be going.
Yeah,
they might not be going.
That's what he said made me think though.
Interest in it, you know what I mean? Like,
it might not.
One thing to just not want to do it because, like, y'all know in the legal profession, 2% of lawyers are black women. So when you're working in a field, because most fields are male dominated, but when you're especially working in something like law, like STEM, like engineering, all those things, then it generally is male dominant. Yes. However, it does not mean that I am more likely to cry during opening statements or closing arguments than a man is. No, I have a job to do. I have to go in there and do my job. Yeah. You can't have feelings about this stuff. Yeah. It's work. Yeah, women are also capable of that.
Yeah, I think they are. I would rather a woman argue because y'all. If my case,
you rather a woman lawyer?
What? Because she not go. It's not go risk. You're not going
to trial.
You're not going to win the argument.
I know a lot of women that should have went to law school then, Gerald.
I'm just saying though, but one thing we're gonna highlight is that it's equal opportunity. You can go be a pilot. A woman can go drive trucks, be a pilot. She can do anything she wants to do. Now, it can be hard, whatever, but she has the opportunity to do it.
You fighting every day against them I hate women allegations. You doing a good job.
I ain't never had.
You doing a good job.
It ain't never. I never hate. I never hate. Yeah, you know, it's fun. It's fun.
The truth is, she hate men.
No. In some ways.
That's what it is.
No. But she's allowed to because she can do. She say that, but she loves guys too. It's like,
but she gotta hate for them too. Now the same way she put that on us that we hate women. Oh, you have that same hatred towards men.
No, I don't.
And you don't even know it. You don't even realize it. Oh, you got it.
You know who used to tell me that all the time?
You definitely are a man hater.
You know who used to call me a man hater?
Who?
My cousin Ashley.
So if your cousin call you that, that's true.
It's funny
that's
because
your family.
We actually buried her yesterday, and one of the last
R.I.P. Ashley, man. You know Ash Cat was a beautiful.
I never knew y'all was cousins.
That's my baby, or I probably was her baby, which kind of brings me to the next topic that I want to talk about anyway. It's just kind of like how friendships, how you move through life.
Man.
Before we get to that, I would not want to take my kid to an all men's daycare. I wouldn't want to do that.
Nah,
I want to make sure
that's a no-go.
Before we move on, I would not saying the men are not competent, not saying the men don't know how to nourish babies. I would rather my kid go to an all women's daycare, and I would rather women take care of my kid. I would rather that.
Yeah, that's definitely weird.
It is.
I'm definitely turning around.
I don't know that it's weird. It is different.
No, it's weird.
That's weird.
Definitely different.
If I drive up at the daycare and it's all niggas, me and Skylar turning around.
But
I going in now.
Yeah, I again, and it's kind of like how I said before, but before the camera started rolling, I personally think that that's a little bit different. You know, like nurturing is something that is women have been more socialized to do. Versus, it's natural for a woman to be nurturing and caring. It's like very natural and innate for many women. A lot of women don't feel that way. A lot of women don't want to be moms. But as a whole, as making a general statement, that's what it is. Flying a plane ain't natural.
It's not, but I don't think
you gotta learn how to do that.
I don't even think it's about the plane. I just thinking about the men, period. If men know how to be calm in dangerous and crazy situations. A lot of men know how to regulate their emotions in crazy situations. And I think that's what he was getting at. It can be chaos outside, but a certain type of guy would know how to navigate through that. A lot of women, not saying they wouldn't know how. If they were trained properly, they could, but naturally men know, all right, I'm going to be cool and I'm going to handle it this way.
But you also said a certain type of man. So there's certain type of men. Like, it's not a lot of men. Well, I'm not going to say it's not a lot of men, but there's a reason why you have leaders and why you have followers. It's not a lot of men out here who might have that emotional intelligence and that compartmentalization to be the kind of person who could fly a plane. So just as it's not that many women, you say, it's not that many men who could be in that situation either. I think that's a very skillful, like it's a very skill-based job to have.
It really is.
So it's not like, it's like comparing any old random man to any old random woman to do it. It's like, it takes a lot more than that. That's not something that you rely on your instincts alone to get you through. That takes training.
It do. I mean, what you're saying is factual. I just think, according to what he said, he just was using this as an example. I don't even think it's just a plane. It could be in a lot of certain situations. Like, certain situations, a woman might go off. She might just say, fuck it, I don't care, I'm mad, whatever. And I assess the situation properly and navigate through. That's why I think he was getting it when it comes to roles and stuff like that. But hey,
I agree.
It is what it is.
More eloquent way of describing it than he does. Mm-hmm. I think that it probably just like sometimes, and I know KJ always say I'm used to niggas lying to me. I don't even think it's about just the lies. I think it's more so
you
about
like him to dress it up for you.
You gotta have tact.
Yeah, you like for somebody to dress it up for you.
It needs, because it
make
also
you feel
needs to
good
make sense
about what you don't want to hear. That's what it is.
What? Hello, what you say?
She wants somebody to dress it up for her. Make her feel good about what she don't want to hear.
It just needs
like if
to
it's not
sense.
A point she agree with, you gotta dress it up for
you gotta manipulate
to make it so it don't sound as harsh. You see what I'm saying?
So why is it hard? And if you're in law, why is it hard to accept straight truth?
Because
she's a woman.
Because I'm in law, you realize that truth is perceptive.
Right, because y'all do be lying.
No, we don't be lying.
For a living.
Everything is about perception. So it's not, especially with something like that, it's not like, oh, men, for it to be factual, for it to be true, you would have to show how men who are trained a certain way and women are trained in a certain way, how they perform better strictly because they're men. That would provide me with factual truth that this is happening. Anything else is strictly opinion. Mm. And so I'm not really working with facts here because I'm not looking at that data. Mm. Mm. No, no, you don't have to make it sound good for me, but you do have to make it make sense. If we're going to compare things, if we're going to use these analogies, words mean things. Make it make sense. Mm. And if it can make sense, it can make sense. But if it sounds crazy, we got to clock that T.
Now, she still like it dressed up a little bit.
They got to be dressed up.
Yeah.
What I was saying, too, though, about these allegations about me hating men. Allegations, false accusations. I don't hate men.
If your cousin said it, I think it's true.
So she said that she was like, and at the time I was in a relationship, she was just like, I don't know how Tib keep a man because she cannot stand men. I was like, no, that's not true. I do love men, but I love when men are men. Mm-hmm. I don't like, and I'm not quick to just call a man sassy for any old particular reason, but I like when men come out and they show up and they behave as such.
Yeah, but a man,
or like manly men, because I know you can't. Nobody is monolithic, but I like a man who I can recognize. Like,
you can say that. You can say that, but it's hard. It's hard being a man's in today's society because you got to put up with so much You gotta be.
She say that, but she really don't, Gerald.
You gotta be stoic, huh?
She couldn't handle one of them old niggas from the 70s.
No, those dudes were different. Those dudes were different.
Me and David Ruffin go together so bad. Are you cool?
It sound good. It sound good.
David Ruffin would beat on his women if they looked at another guy.
You're not messing with no man that's putting his hands on you.
Why would I want to?
That's David Ruffin. That's David Ruffin.
Why would I ever want to deal with a man who wants to put his hands on me? I'm a pretty princess, gumdrop, lollipop, ray of sunshine.
But you got David Ruffin as a screensaver. It make sense.
And David Ruffin was beating his girl. Boy. He was wild. I know he had like 3 or 4 daughters. He got hits. He did drugs, and he was a jealous guy. Yeah. You looked at that man. How you gonna disrespect me like that? And because you looked at another man. Damn. Man,
you couldn't handle it. It sounds good.
You know what?
Handle no nigga like that. Different.
You know what? That does sound good. Y'all bring up a good point because
you could not handle.
Sometimes we do live in delusion. I'll be the first one to say that I live in so much delusion because it be sounding good, but you're right. You can't deal with the reality.
Them old school niggas was strict.
It sound good to be like, I want somebody who do this, but it's just like you want this kind of treatment from this kind of man.
Man, them old school niggas was strict, man.
Okay, girl.
And
they want dinner on the table at a certain time. If not, you getting whooped.
And they got another family across town.
You gonna iron his clothes for him to go over there. You better not say nothing.
See, I wouldn't.
Man, that really happened.
Mm-hmm.
I know it really happened, but I probably just would have been an old cat lady, baby. Because I don't know. You want to put your hands on me? Me?
But it just but some women feel like if he don't put his hand on you, he don't love you. Yeah. There's a lot of girls that feel like that.
That's
like
trauma.
That.
I've heard men say to me too, though, if their woman isn't like screaming at them, or if she don't like get crazy with them, they don't feel like she loved them either.
I don't know who said that.
It was so weird because it was
I
like
don't want that.
This guy was trying to get me out my body behind him, and this was just not gonna happen, baby. It was never gonna be you. It was never gonna be you. If you ever see this, it was never gonna be you.
You wasn't chosen, my boy.
He gonna watch that and be like, that motherfucker lying.
She like
crazy about it.
Yeah.
One block. That's all it took. Anyway, it was just a situation. He was like, no, like he was like, no, I need that. Like I need somebody like to be going off on me. I just feel like that is how they show me love. And I thought it was like you for real.
What was he from?
Baton Rouge.
Oh yeah, they different.
Like trauma.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it was like a cut. Like it was like you just get so accustomed to experiencing that. Like somebody cussing you out. Well, if you ain't cussing me out, you don't really care that bad. Right. You can't be too mad because you ain't doing this. Why do somebody have to get outside their body with you to show you that they love you?
You ever had a nigga put his hands on you? No. Like when y'all was in a relationship? You ain't never went through that? That's good.
That's great.
My mama don't play like that.
That's good.
Well, and I mean that in the most sincere way. And I bruise easy. I came home one day with some bruises on me. And my mama was like, you need to call that person who you living with and get them over here on the phone. Like, get here right now. My mama don't play like that. Mm-hmm. She don't. I don't come from a stock of women that you play with. So no.
For sure.
My sister 6'2".
Yeah. Yeah, you don't play. Yeah, but dudes ain't. I'm not saying guys don't hit women, but nobody ain't doing that. You don't have to. You don't have to. So
niggas that do that.
Yeah, it's a lot of
no, it is, but I'm saying the point is that you have the option to be who you want to be with or what you want to deal with in today's time. And if you decide, if you're a woman and you watching this and you decide to be with a guy who whooping your ass, first go file a police report. That's the first thing you do.
That's how he said it.
Go file a police report. That's the first thing you do. I know you might love him. Do that and get away because that's not good. And then go get therapy and stuff. I need some therapy too.
I see why you laughing.
I need some therapy too. But but you got guys who will want to step in and protect her. Yeah. But the guy might he might shoot him, you might fight, and then she might end up right back with the guy. And then he dead or he in jail or whatever. Don't even put yourself in that situation.
Yeah, you gotta mind your business.
Yeah, that's hard. You would want to protect a woman in a bad situation, seeing that, but Man, that's crazy.
I think that's why a lot of people avoid domestic squabbles because they are tricky.
And they go back.
However, people do go back. And it's like, I don't want to put my life at risk just because you want to put your life at risk. But, like, don't forget to check in on your people. Like, you can't, it's easy to just, like, turn a blind eye to some stuff. Like, if you like it, I love it. If you gonna stay with it, who am I not to say anything about it? But it's like, sometimes you gotta fight a little bit harder for your people. Even if it's not intervening physically, it's like, how can I get help to continue to fill into you or pour into you to where you no longer feel like you have to accept it?
Yeah, but it's totally up. Like we only talking about the abuse from the woman's side, because now if a guy is getting abused by his woman, verbally, physically, we're gonna look at him like, damn, he's soft.
No, I truly don't think so. I think maybe society does, and like when you talk about things in a general way, but I think you're also talking about a lot more men that might be more judgmental too. Because I know someone will also judge you, but if you talk about just somebody to confide in, a confidant who will understand. We know women be verbally abusive. Niggas be walking around here with all types of mama issues.
They do, but as a man, as a man, and we saying us guys, how are you letting a woman do you like that? Nigga go shame you. Hey, bro, you gotta get right, bro. That's just a difference in what society do for men and women. We're gonna make sure the woman is safe, and we're gonna ask questions, why she ain't do this, why? And then you look at a guy getting beat up.
Yeah, you go get clown.
You go get clown, bro.
You go get clown.
It ain't nowhere around
it.
That's just what it is.
I hope that, I hope to be able to offer a bit more support to you all. If somebody is out here verbally abusing you.
No, we talking about like putting hands on you.
Yeah, that's more.
If somebody's out here putting hands on you, let me know.
I'm be real. I'm gonna be a little concerned, but if Gerald tell me his old lady whipped his ass, I'm gonna laugh. And he gonna do the same to me.
No, because if we talk about it, not just like a little one-off, because sometimes sometimes in life, people let their emotions get the best of them, and they have squabbed at some point. Yeah. They've thrown things maybe in the past before we became adults.
But it's just anything though. You say old lady, baby mamas, his baby mamas. I don't know.
They'll destroy you.
They be doing
girlfriends who will destroy your property now.
For sure. Ain't even just that. It's just if you're being involved with the wrong person, it can be up. And it can be bad. And so,
but abuse, especially physical abuse, usually comes after emotional abuse. Like they have gotten you so isolated from your family, from your friends, and even just like the identity of yourself. If Gerald was to go to Dallas this weekend and get beat up, then they probably got into it and she swung on him. Yeah. Not saying that that's okay. I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying that even one instance of violence is not abuse. That's not what I'm saying. But for you to get to a point where you just letting her go upside your head, we would have been able to see that first. Because he would be a shell of a man. You would be a shell of a man if you got down to a point where you was driving to get your ass whooped. You driving up I-20 to get a black eye.
Like I was saying though, it's different.
Better not let me find out.
Oh man, I'm how you say I'm 2P for that. That ain't gonna happen. But for a David Ruffin fan, I like David Ruffin. Just to go back, like, that's the type of guy that we saw. And David Ruffin could have been a different guy, but now it ain't just him. Like, if you a woman and you dealing with that type of stuff, like I say, go file a police report and get out of there, because that's not good. And society is gonna protect you, and society is gonna shame us. Cause KJ, Gerald better not tell me that. Like, exactly. KJ better not tell me no woman beating on him.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be like, what's wrong?
It's the same way.
What's wrong with him?
Right.
No, yeah.
Well, I'll support the both of you. Friends.
Well, it's all good. Nice.
How many of us have them?
You got a lot of friends.
I do have a lot of friends, and I am so blessed and so grateful to have the friends that I do have. And when I first was thinking about what are we gonna talk about on the podcast this week and all the things, because it's been a rough week, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Mm-hmm. It's been a rough one. But I was at the funeral yesterday, and shout out to Mr. Trini Triggs. He got up during the moments of reflection or whatever, and he was talking about like staying connected with your people. Like it kind of got to a point where it was just like when you have to ask who or what or how or anything like that, it just reminds you about how disjointed we are as a community of friends. And so, just kind of talk about how y'all stay connected to your friends and how you still maintain and cultivate your adult friendships. Especially, when life be happening. Yeah. Like, how do y'all stay connected? I know men probably deal with it a little bit differently, but like, how y'all do that?
We do. I talk to my partner. I talk to my partners all the time. I used to. Now we might talk a couple times a month. As far as talk, we understand that everybody got their own stuff going on. And we might check in, man, you all right? We'll talk a little bit, and then that be it. As long as I see, if you ain't called me or I see you on the store, you all right. Everything all right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's how they go with us. It's not like when it comes to certain women, like, oh, I ain't talked to that girl and I ain't talked to that bitch all month. What's wrong with her? Like, certain people handle situations like that. But as guys, it just be long as everything cool, I see your story or I done, seen your mama or seen you all right, we be all right. Because real friends, you might can go months without talking to them.
Yeah, you can. Like, you legitimately can. But I think that, like, something about like what really put it into perspective for me is like you can go months and sometimes even years without talking to your people for real when they're your people. Just because it's like you don't necessarily need that stimulation, but at the same time, is that a good enough excuse? Because you still be needing like, I don't know, like you might end up letting too much time go by, thinking that you're gonna always have more time, but you might not.
Yeah, I see what you're saying on that too.
They might just go on a Wednesday.
But I don't think you should go a year without talking to your real people. I don't think you should. Now, if you was locked up or something, God forbid anybody locked up, whatever. But
you gonna talk to them when they locked up. They gonna call every day.
Yeah, but I don't think that you should go a year.
I agree with that. Like that might have been an exaggeration, but I also mean like real conversations, not just checking in to make sure you alive. Yeah. I mean like real connection on some. You know how in college everything was just easy because everybody was right there, and so you kind of knew all of what was going on in people's life at the time because you were experiencing it in real time. And it's like with your real friends,
I miss them days.
Yeah, it's like you miss being able to just connect. So it's like, how do you stay in the loop outside of just I see you're okay?
It's hard. It's hard. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. It's very hard.
Like I got a few group text messages with some of my close guy friends. We text every day, but like actually pick up the phone and talk or, see each other, it's not that often. Mm-hmm. But like we go text each other every day type stuff. But and we've been talking about doing better with that. Like just sitting like maybe one day out the month, and let's just all go get dinner one day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody come in town, link up, you know what I'm saying? Let's sit out one day a month where we just link up, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We actually been talking about that because, like you say, it's hard the older you get because everybody got families and they got lives, they got stuff going on, so you can't just kick it like you used to in college. And I think everybody missed them days. Yeah,
it's like everything just seems to be so much easier and you have to put intention behind your friendships now.
Right.
Like, for sure. It was just really easy when, okay, we all just right here. We're all now, because you have life be life and everything is going on. You have a family, you have a career, you have so many different good excuses for why you're not connecting. You have to be intentional about remembering that friendships are also important relationships in your life.
And that's when you find out who, like, a real friend. Like, your real friend, when you get older, and then somebody just call you like, hey, bro, how you doing? Dang, like, he rock with me just to call, just to see what's going on. Like, that's when you really find out who really your real friend, though.
And who is good at friendship, because it's like sometimes you have to face the realization that you might not be as good at friendship or being as present as you think you are. Because we were having some conversations at the repast yesterday about just a few different things. I ain't go spill nobody tea or nothing like that. Ain't no tea. But it was just more so about being surprised about maybe people who were absent. Travel accommodations considering.
You talking about from the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
And it was just like this notion of, I don't know. It's like, even when somebody is like really your friend, it's just like, even if it wasn't a recent thing, if it's like a true friendship, you still kind of show up.
Yes.
Right.
You still find time to show up for certain things if you can. Like, again, nobody expected this woman to just die on Wednesday.
Mm-mm.
Very dramatic of you.
That was.
I keep my humor dark because if not, I would probably not be doing good. But y'all, you just never really think that the last time that you see somebody is gonna be the last time. You think you have time to call. You think you have time to check in. You think you have time to spend time with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
I hadn't seen her in years though.
It's been a little while, but still though, like it just. Man, that was just unfortunate. And,
it really was.
And it ain't nothing too much I can say about it. Just condolences to her family and her friends and stuff. It's just, dang, like, man.
She
like
was such
life,
a nice person too, though.
Yeah, life be lifing, man. Stuff be happening and you gotta cherish your time and friendships.
Yeah.
Right.
I was looking at this TikTok video, and it's been kind of going viral a little bit, maybe early in January. Y'all know January was 6 months long. I don't know.
It was.
January be long.
It was real long.
It's like, God damn, it's still January. But it was called the Wednesday Waffle, and this guy was sharing about how him and his friends kind of use Wednesdays to keep in the loop of everybody's life. They have like this text thread or whatever, and they would just send like a quick little 2-minute recap of what's been going on in their week or whatever. And sometimes it's just like, it's kind of like a thoughtless thing to do. At some point, I'm sure you have recorded yourself for 2 minutes or longer, or less, whatever, on your phone. But like just keeping it in close proximity so that you can realize and you can recognize when things aren't going right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's great. Yeah.
You gotta keep in touch with your people, guys. That way we know.
So how you keep in touch with yours?
I don't think that I have been doing the best at that, and I think that this really put everything into perspective for me. Last night, I got home, and shout out to Kim, a killer. She called me last night because I sent her a
Jello?
note.
Yeah, my dog. Yeah, shout out to Kim.
A Killer, shout out to A Killer and Envious Promos and KKG Consulting.
Yeah.
But we've been friends since college. I actually met her through Ashley. Like, I was just her Ashley cousin on campus at the time. But she called me just to kind of check in and see how all the things were. And like she said, she heard something in my voice about I just didn't sound like I was doing well at the time. And so she called. Me and Kim always send text messages about we need to get on the phone.
Right.
We need to call each other. And so in a way, that's like a little checkpoint. Like, okay, I know you alive. I know you good. We know we need to talk. Right. But we weren't making time to actually talk. We were just saying, so hey, we need to just do it.
Right.
Sometimes you just got to be the one to reach out. Even if it's been a long time, even if y'all fell out, nothing is really that worth it, guys.
Never.
Like, it's never, that's why I think it'd be hard for me to hold a grudge sometimes. If I have ever loved you, I'll love you forever. Like, even if it's not on I want you back in my life, friendship wise or whatever.
It ain't no hate.
It ain't no hate.
Right.
It's gonna always be love because life is just too damn short. And we always think we have another moment, another second, but the only thing we have is right now.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's real, is what exists right now.
Yeah, in all actuality, you're right about that. But you still have to think, you try to think about the future and put yourself in a great situation. But dang, it's so much stuff be going on. Life will have you in the moment, but at the same time, you still got to plan for tomorrow too.
Yeah, it's like you playing for the dream though, because it literally I think that's what they call it in the book, the 4 agreements. The author constantly refers to like the simulation of life as the dream, because it literally is. We are existing in the present day, and then anything that we have going forward is just the dream.
Right. Because it's not promised.
It's not promised. It's not real. It's your imagination. And yes, you use your days or whatever time that you have to work towards those things. But the only thing that is promised to you is this 39, 15, 16. Look at these seconds. I'm getting more and more. Thank you, Jesus. Mm-hmm. But it's like the only thing that exists is right now.
You're right.
And you use your
time.
And
the older you get, the more you start to realize that. And then become more scared. Because like when you're young, you think you're invincible.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
but
why.
Then once you start experiencing close death from friends and family, then reality set in. Like, man, like you really don't have that much time here. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you gotta do what you gotta do. If you like that great idea you have with great apparel, or you decide to do a consulting business, or you want to come up with anything, you have to do it.
Yeah, you're right. You
gotta do it because time. You gotta man make use of your time. Yeah, we are.
We on borrowed time.
And then only that too, the legacy that you're creating. Like what they gonna say about you when you leave here.
What was your experience like here? Because I truly believe that God created us to have heaven on earth. Like, we are supposed to have dominion over this lifestyle. Like, He is the creator, and we are allowed to be co-creators in this journey as long as we stay in alignment with Him. The ideas that He gives us, all of that is for us.
For sure.
He ain't give Changeofplanz to nobody else. He gave it to you. Mm-hmm. Like, He did not give... every role that we are playing in our lives currently is a gift from Him. And it is up to us to kind of co-create and co-author the gifts that we have been given.
For sure.
Now.
For sure. Hold on. You gonna be the button pusher.
Boom. Call me T. No, don't call me... Don't call me nothing with button. I don't know what's going on. I ain't tapped in. Y'all don't know what's going on.
No, the button. They got a video going around in New Orleans. Somebody had Larry Morrow had he had a fight or something. He had a guy like, I got the button. I'm gonna push the button. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, but you have to execute on those ideas, you guys. You have to.
You have to do that, and I think the last thing that I was kind of saying to Kay before we started filming again was about not being paralyzed by fear, because sometimes it's or even just the arrogance that you have more time, that you actually have space to do this. Like, oh, I'm going to do this tomorrow. Oh, or I'll start it again on Monday. I'll start doing this on Sunday. You know, we love to wait till a Monday to start a new gym workout. Girl, go to the gym tomorrow. Right. It's called All Hours Fitness. They never closed. They're never closed. Go. But I say that to say, like, if you gonna go with your move, you gonna shoot your shot, you just kind of gotta do it, because the only thing you have is right now. And I be speaking to myself when I say that too, because Lord knows it's so many things I should have done by now.
It's a journey though. Like, it's a process for all of us. Like, we definitely preaching to ourselves as well. Like, you can't let the fear of failure stop you.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do.
Absolutely. It's so much unrealized potential just because people get afraid for whatever reason. So attached to, I think, their old identity too. Like, let's say you're a person who is a barber, and you now want to be a educator. It's like, oh, okay, I've only ever done this. Can I actually pivot into doing that?
Right.
Absolutely, you can. You just gonna be new at it for a while. Yeah. Whereas you may have had lots of years of experience doing this. You have to get rid of your identity, only associating yourself with being that, and expand and create a new one.
Yeah, you're right about that. But there's some talented guys out here, man. Cause me and Kay, I be talking to Kay about Dexter. Shout out to Dexter. Now, this nigga can do anything. Nigga gonna build your car, build your house. Security. He can cure you. He can work your body out. He can teach you how to walk. Man, this dude can paint. Man,
he ain't scared to try anything.
It's nothing.
You gotta respect
this guy can't do.
Yeah, he gonna try it. If that's a good idea, he gonna try it.
And he's gonna perfect it. He's gonna perfect it.
I think you do that too, though, Gerald. Like, I think that, like, if anybody were to ask me what I think about Gerald, I will say he is a doer. Like, for sure. If you actually put, a lot of people get caught up in the idea phase, where sometimes you just have to actually do the things, and you allow the kinks to work themselves out as you continue to go through it. People want to start stuff, and they want to be Kobe. They want to pick up a basketball today and be Kobe by the end of the week.
Yeah, right. You don't really. I agree with that. I do. It's just with me. It be the time of execution. I might say I'm gonna do something. It might take me a year or 2 years to do it. I know eventually I'm going to do it, but that's how I am. Like, man, I'm gonna start this brand. Dang, you said that a couple years ago. Then I did it. That's what I'm on. So, but eventually, for the most part, I do. I'm an executor for the most part. I think, you know what I'm saying. I think you are too. You know what I'm saying? It take courage to do stuff. It take courage to get in front of this camera and talk and motivate people and go do this. And it take courage to do that first. You know what I'm saying? Because you fighting with yourself at the end of the day.
Hell yeah.
You looking for validation, but you fighting for yourself.
Yes.
With yourself about doing it.
Just to show up even as yourself. Because, anytime you starting something, especially when you're not on the cutting edge of it, it's just like, oh, why do we need another one of these?
Right.
Why do we have to have another situation like this? You got to prove your worth, but also, you really don't.
Right.
Like, you have to show your value, but you can never really prove your worth. You know what I mean? Because if you have the idea, if you want to do it, then do it. Yeah. Like, it is your duty to create. How people accept that is how many billion people in the world?
It's a lot.
Everybody ain't gonna like it. But if it was given to you, if it was put in your spirit, if God told you to do it, you better do it.
Yeah, but it's not. But for certain people, it's not easy too.
No, it's not easy.
Some people definitely not gonna be easy. Yeah. But you gotta do it.
You gotta do it though. Yeah. We on assignment. That's what I wanted to read when I was talking about Kim earlier too. She sent me something, and it was just kind of talking about why the good die young and all the things. And it also, I want to say, maybe it related back to KJ, your point.
Let's get into it then. Do your thing.
It was just like, so we see it trash now because it's cruel and different. Essentially, what it was saying is talking about how we as humans experience time versus how it is in the spiritual realm. So it's like when we say stuff like, oh, okay, it's taking me this amount of time to do this, or, oh, this person passed away too young or whatever. We are all here just on assignment.
Right.
So it don't matter how old you are. If you have an urge to start a business and you 16 versus being 65, like, you just have to do it because this man-made social construct that we accept as how time really moves is just not true. It's really not true in the grand scheme of things. Like, yes, you got to go to work at 8 o'clock. Don't be late. But but when it comes down to it, your best years are not over just because you're not in your 20s no more. It also doesn't mean that your worst days can't still come into fruition. It's just...
And that's real. Because I feel like a lot of people, they'll get depressed because they not where they projected they would be in life at a certain age. And a lot of them just give up. You can't. You got to keep going. There's a lot of people that didn't become successful and have great lives till they hit their 40s. You know what I'm saying? So if you're giving up at 25, 27, you never know what you could have been.
Yeah, you never gave yourself a shot. And I think it's because as a society, we value youth so much, which I understand why the youth kind of tell us where we're supposed to be going. But in that, we forget to really admire and value wisdom and experience. So tying it back to the conversation that we had earlier about what Andrew said about the women pilots, it made more sense to me when he said that he wanted to see an old gray man come out. Because what you're now talking about is how you value experience. Right. Maybe you wanted somebody who seems that they have done something for a long amount of time as opposed to just somebody who was a novice at this. Right. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you never really become an expert until you actually try a thing. But that would make more sense. Yes. Because, I think that's what I have to say.
Experience is the best teacher of all, but you have to go through it.
You got to go through it.
You have to go through it.
But man, you have to be a mentally strong person too. To do something, to be the first one to do something out of the area that you're in or your social group. They go be like, oh, you doing this or whatever. You got to go through that. And then on that, you have to persevere through all of the hardships. You have to go through it. Like everybody.
Can't skip no steps. That's right. And that's a lot of people's problem. They be trying to skip the process. You can't skip the process.
But if you do, it sets you back. Farther and farther.
Bro, you're going to be 10 years further back because you keep trying to skip the process instead of go through the process. Like you say, them shortcuts, they just go have you in last place.
And people know that, and they still try to do it.
They going to still try it.
They
going to still try it. We like to live in that delusion or that la-la land. What J. Cole said, the good news is you came a long way. The bad news is you went the wrong way. Mm-hmm. Like, you went the wrong way. You got to, when you really think about it, it is deep.
Yeah,
like, you
deep.
did all of that, but you knew from the very beginning that you felt something. We got to stop ignoring our intuition and these feelings and these hunches and these signs. You knew this.
You right.
Christian, our homeboy, told me just the other day, he was like, he told me about myself in a sense. He was just like, you can't do that thing where you live in delusion and you pretend as if something's not happening. And that is where I can take accountability on that. But it like
do that though, really, not just you.
I know, but we don't realize how we're doing it to protect ourselves.
Right.
Like I was talking about that. Like I did not want to believe that it was true that Ashley had passed away. So I went through on the whole day like it ain't true.
Right,
I ain't heard nothing from Candy. Ain't said nothing. There like ain't nobody said nothing that I would know. This is just bad information. I went on that way, and then when I found out that it was indeed true, he was like, "You can't do that thing where you block it out." Right. And I think that the reason why people want to try to placate the system and act as though you can cheat the grind is because nobody wants to experience pain. Right. Everybody want to be fine. Nobody want to be sore.
You can live in denial, but it don't mean reality don't exist. Right. You ain't fooling nobody but yourself.
Nobody but yourself. And your body gonna keep the score, baby. Right. It's gonna get you one way or the other. You will make yourself sick.
Facts.
Lying and trying to deny the reality of a situation.
Facts.
Yeah, boy, who you telling? God, dog, that's some real stuff right there. It be like that, but you gotta fight it. You gotta go through it. Running away from problems. They just catch you every time. Life too.
Life gonna do what it gonna do. You knew when you met that man that you was not supposed to be with that man. And there you go.
Sometimes,
you just laid up because it felt good.
Things like that happen. Sometimes when you saying that for certain people, like sometimes you don't know either, but the signs be there. Like the women intuition, y'all, it works for y'all. Y'all know what y'all need to do.
Oh my soul, let me tell you how God don't play by me. In the past, I was in a situation. And I was in a relationship with this person. But I figured something weird was going on. And I had a hunch about what it was that had happened. I just knew. I ain't had no proof.
Dun, dun, dun.
I ain't have no kind of nothing. But I went to sleep and God told me in a dream. He told me in a dream. 6 months later, my suspicion was confirmed.
A dream?
But it was true. But it came to me in a dream. So ladies, listen to your dreams. If you go to sleep and he cheated on you in his sleep,
don't point at me.
Wake him up. Oh,
she did point. She pointed straight at you.
I'm sorry. I'm pointing at the back, y'all.
You saying that, and I'm going to just bring this. It had a rapper named Freddie Gibbs, right? Mm-hmm. He went overseas. A woman dreamed that he assaulted her, sexual assaulted her. He went to jail. He beat it. But she had a dream. So you got to tread light
on them dreams.
On saying
never mind, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He went to jail.
How did they even... I don't know nothing about the dream.
I think it was a woman.
A woman stay having them dreams.
Yeah.
I don't know. My dreams came true. My dreams came true 2 times.
Yeah.
Like, and then I can remember, it's like, oh, this what happened in my... When they finally got... I was like, oh, you know what? That's
Let me ask you. Did you ask him about the dream before?
Mm-mm.
You ain't say nothing about it. You ain't wake up like I had a dream.
Mm-mm.
And how did you confirm that it was true?
Niggas be sloppy. Everything just be in close proximity to each other. And then...
but are you sure it was a dream? Or it could have just been something that just happened?
It was a dream. And then in reality, it did happen.
Oh,
but it's okay.
Hey, that's your dream. You just telling us, you know what I'm saying? Nah, but...
Okay.
Yeah. Is that a woman thing?
Yeah, it's a woman thing.
Do y'all not have intuition? Like, did you never feel like you don't never just know when somebody doing dirt or something like that? You just
but I ain't had no dream about it. Yeah. But I've heard that multiple times from like women say they be dreaming.
Yeah. I feel like it's your intuition showing.
And a lot of times some dreams be wrong too though.
But okay, so I have never just accused somebody based on a dream, but I will keep it in my Rolodex.
Yeah.
Like you have, it's a rookie mistake. When you get a dream, when you get a text message, when you get a screenshot, when you get a hey boo text, it's a rookie mistake to go and expose your hand to that man.
No, but a lot of women wake up from them dreams like they got real facts.
If it's real, you have real facts. No,
so imagine if you had came to him when you first woke up. You say it ain't happened to 6 months later.
No.
A lot of them wake up
out 6 months later. It had already happened.
Oh,
By the time I had the dream, the situation had already happened. I had just had my dream later, and it was confirmed to me
that it was.
much later.
That might be true.
That
I ain't saying that ain't possible. But I've heard stories of women having dreams and waking up like for sure, like it didn't happen. I got proof now.
Yeah, you
woke up, man. She mad at you because you had a dream. It's women that broke up their families because of dreams. Oh, for sure. Not saying.
I do.
Yeah,
I have multiple homeboys that call me with stories. But
y'all got all these multiple homeboys.
I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that.
I have.
But I get what you're saying though. If your intuition told you that, so that means some spirituality complexes within you in some way.
Yeah, I think God talks to me. I think He speaks to me. He speaks through me.
That's good.
I don't mean it like I'm for real though. I really believe that. But you gotta stop thinking that you're crazy when you see stuff like that. You gotta pay attention to like the signs.
True.
We just talk everything up to, this is just what this is. This is just what that is. I started painting my nails red in like October. I always have some kind of variation of red on my nails for the past few months. I could be completely delusional in this, but as I have been thinking about everything over these past couple of days, it's like, oh my God. Because, Ashley's middle name was Rose. So you see a lot of stuff that's been shared. It's like, was this something that I was thinking about on like this subconscious level? I'm thinking it's just random, but I would never get my nails done. And I definitely never wore red nails before. And so it was just like, girl, is this you? And then you start making little laughs with the little angels in your head. But yeah, sometimes in life, you just never really know.
Yeah, but then you are a Delta.
I've been a Delta like longer than the past 4 few odd months.
But I'm saying like
I don't
red.
really like red all that much.
Yeah,
but you know what? It could be just me wanting to.
Shout out to the Deltas. I love y'all. But yeah, for sure. Cause my grandpa was a Q, so I like all the sorrows, but
But Delta's your favorite?
I ain't gonna say favorite, but they top two. They top two.
And not two.
Yeah, they top two. But my grandma was an Eastern Star.
But that's not. You could be an Eastern Star and a Delta.
But I'm gonna go off I'm gonna say Eastern Star first because she was my first.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna put the Eastern Stars up there, and
I'm scared of Eastern Stars.
Hey,
like that is like if somebody says, "Tib, what are you afraid of?" Rodents and Eastern Stars.
I don't know too much. I don't
say rodents and Eastern.
Yeah, I don't know too much about them like that. I just know my grandma was an Eastern Star. And that's how she was coming up. I used to see that, and my grandpa was an Omega.
Shout out to the bros. Shout out to Jalen Hurts specifically.
Shout out to Jalen Hurts. Yeah, he did his thing.
Didn't he though?
Yeah, he did his thing. And I'm an LSU fan. I don't really like Alabama, but he did his thing. He did his thing. You
gotta respect.
You gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. Shout out to him. And everybody who in the National Football League or wherever you at doing your thing. He beat the odds for sure. A lot of criticism. Analysts talked about him. And then he has all women employment.
Mm-hmm. His agent is a Delta.
Oh, I ain't know that. I ain't know that.
Nicole Lynn, a Delta. Get a Delta and prosper.
Hey, what I respect about him though, like he was like all the criticism he took was warranted. Like he was trash for a while, but he never got better. He just worked on his game.
He got better.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't get on there talking about they hating on him. He ain't do none of that. That boy put his head down and grinded. So you can't do nothing but respect that he came back on top. You know.
And not only that, he just to come to find out, I didn't know that he's had a new offensive coordinator almost every season in his career.
So it's like you constantly having to learn,
adjust.
He adjusts. Like that's what I like about him. Like
he does.
He don't complain. He lock in and do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Even when it's time to celebrate, he don't even get too big and high up on that. It's just like it's definitely some moments.
Yeah. But I like about him, he don't make no excuses. You know what I'm saying?
No.
He could take criticism and he keep going.
Yeah.
Because like I said, he took a lot of criticism.
He took a lot.
But it was warranted. Like, he was trash for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, he deserved to get benched at Alabama. He deserved that. But he ain't get to crying about it. He put his head down and got to work. You know what I'm saying?
And he got the last laugh at the end of the day.
He did.
Like,
so
none of them guys, those other guys that came from Alabama, quarterbacks, whatever, ain't none of them did what he did.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So he definitely got the last laugh. You can't do nothing but respect it. Because he did it the right way, I feel.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
He's still hungry though. Like, he got a taste of that one. Now it's like, all right, I want more. Like, the same thing I'm looking at.
Shit, they got a squad.
They got a squad, but look,
you should be back.
Pat Mahomes and them damn near crying. And you saw their face. Like, bro, you got 3 rings, bro.
When you're a winner, you never want to lose.
Yeah, but dang, like, it's like,
when you're
that's tough.
They not used to the darkness.
Yeah.
You see, like, Vane told him in The Dark Knight. Well, The Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Anyway, Vane told him, like, you just trained here, baby. I was born in this.
Yeah, but see, he probably had some downtime. But this was my first time ever seeing Patrick Mahomes like down. Like, you lost a Super Bowl. He lost 2. He lost to Tom Brady, but that's Tom Brady. But now you lost to Jalen Hurts.
That's Jalen Hurts.
So, but I'm saying, like, that hurt. I think that hurt worse. And now they suspect. They got to get a whole new front because their offensive line was trash in the Super Bowl.
They got to make some adjustments.
They got to make a lot of adjustments.
They'll be back. Pat Mahomes a winner.
Yeah, He'll
be back.
He is. But I know we got the football, but man, what about everybody else? Because now in the AFC, I want Lamar to get there too. It's just a lot, man. It's just a lot. But
yeah,
man, shout out to all those guys. You know, another season coming. Everybody want that ring, bro. Everybody want that ring. Not Kyrie trying to get out of Dallas. So I don't know.
For real?
Yeah, he requested a trade. I just seen it. You know,
Of course he did.
Yeah,
trying to come to LA.
Yeah, he might. Hey,
Shit, they ain't got enough money for all them.
Man, he might take a pay cut. He sure.
Give me the veterans minimum.
He ain't taking no pay cut. Not like that.
He might, but
he too valuable.
But for the most part, y'all, like, if you listen to this podcast for the day, you seen it, whatever the case may be, go do what you want to do. I'm encouraging you guys, go do what you want to do. Cause man, like, time is precious and it ain't waiting on nobody.
And quit trying to skip steps.
Yes.
You gotta go through the process.
Yes.
And check on your people. Stay connected to your people.
Thanks.
And if you just need a little Waffle Wednesday, try that. And be intentional about it.
Yo.